Welcome back. We're joined once again by Erie News Now digital producer Ariana Moyer with the trending stories of the day. What do you got?
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about the potential sale of Mighty Fine Donuts. In case you missed it, we have a little downtown construction update, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper into the passing of Paul Nelson, the owner of Waldameer and Waterworld. I was just there on Saturday telling my friend who came up to visit about him. I was like, he owns the park, and I don't know a lot about him, but we work with him a lot for stories, and so it was kind of a shock.
And I think some of us who have been here like a really long time have gotten the chance to interview him and gotten to know him, and he is just so as salt of the earth as could be. But again, donuts.
We'll dive into that in a second. We'll talk about donuts first. So yeah, on Friday, we learned that Mighty Fine Donuts on Parade Street is on the market. Jameson said the price, it's $795,000. That's the price.
Wow.
Currently. Obviously, there's room for negotiation. Passport Realty is the one that is selling it, and he just wants to retire. He's been working there since I think he was 8 years old. So it's kind of like he's ready. 56 years he's been there, he said.
And once you figure that is prime downtown real estate and an established business, all of a sudden that asking price doesn't sound all that unreasonable because it's Mighty Fine Donuts.
Yeah,
I mean,
important to note that he wants it to stay as Mighty Fine Donuts. Whoever takes it over, he wants them to retain the current employees and kind of keep the business as it is.
When it's been your baby for 50 plus years, yeah, you're pretty intent on making sure it ends up in the right hands.
Of course, yeah. I've never had a donut from there, so I'll have to try before.
We get them every Friday.
Oh, you know what? Then I'm a liar. I have had donuts.
Yes, we are. We here at Erie News Now don't pretend to be disinterested parties in this. We're very interested in donuts. We have our priorities straight. What do you got second?
All right, so Tom Kowalski, he did a little downtown construction update on a rock climbing gym / apartment complex, and so it was supposed to be ready this spring. They're pushing that date back to early fall, late summertime. So 30 apartments, and I hear that 13 of them are already taken, so there's not that many up for grabs. This is a good thing, according to Ryan Hoover, because those flagship apartments were a little bit harder to fill, so it's a good sign that these ones are already filling up.
And they look beautiful.
They do look beautiful, yeah.
Right in the heart of the city, I mean.
Right, prime spot in downtown Erie with so much development happening around it. So, yeah, Tom's story again still on our website.
Yeah, I mean, easy place to walk, get some food, go out. Perfect spot, prime real estate. I'm like, maybe I should move, but it's too late. It's too late.
Sadly, let's talk about Mr. Nelson.
Yes, okay, so like I said, Paul Nelson, the owner of Waldameer and Waterworld, he passed away on Sunday. He was 89 years old. And I mean, he's been working at Waldameer for a long time too, just like the owner of Mighty Fine Donuts. And so everyone online is really sad, and they're sharing their memories that they've had at the park or interactions that they've had with him. But you did a story on it today too, right?
More than 75 years.
Yeah.
And I know both of us have spoken with Mr. Nelson on multiple occasions. And that's the one thing I would point out. Go read every comment on our web stories. You're going to find one thing that jumps out. It's never Paul, it's always Mr. Nelson.
Yeah.
Talk about the respect that he's earned in 75 years, more than 75 years at that park.
Yeah, he wasn't even a teenager when he started to work at the park.
11 years old.
And I remember him telling me when I talked to him back in March that he used to love, because I did a story on Rainbow Gardens, which is also part of Waldameer, that he loved the big bands coming in. And he just had so many fond memories of literally growing up there on those grounds.
And his vision to make that park just hats off, and that's a huge loss.
It was the first place I went to when I moved to Erie was Waldameer. So it's so special. It's great, and it's going to live on. The family's going to continue it, but we are sorry for their loss.
Two quick things. First of all, if you're wondering, yes, we do only work here because we get Mighty Fine Donuts.